Hey everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel. My name is Emma Casey and I hope you're all doing well. So today we have a review of Elizabeth from Ever After Diamond Painting. I am so thrilled with how she has turned out. So what I'm going to talk to you about is my experience with it, my thoughts on it, what enhancements it already had with it and what enhancements I did with it. So this one is a really special one to me. So, when we create something, we always have some things that are our all-time favourites, one of our top favourites. This one is definitely up there. I was really proud with this one. When I drew her, I was really happy with the details that I gave her, and I was really happy with how Ever After was able to get all those details out. I'm really happy with the skin tone. When in person, the skin tone, you can see sort of different sort of tones in the skin more than you can in the camera, but from a distance it works out absolutely lovely. So I am really happy with the skin tone. I wanted to give her a more pale sort of complexion as she is a queen, and you know back then they had very pale complexions, so that's something that I wanted to give with her. And I wanted to give her a stern, sort of unapproving look in her eyes, and to sort of portray that sort of personality in this image. And I absolutely love her. I enjoyed every minute working on this piece. And I was slow at the start, but over the last few days I just blitzed right through it. I'm absolutely blown away with all the detail that she's even got in her collar here. I'm not sure what this is called, but I wanted to sort of include this. But I really loved this. I thought this came out amazingly. The detail in everything is so beautiful, and now I knew that I always wanted what I wanted to enhance with this one. So first of all, let's talk about all the details. So this has 59 colours, and it has 4 special drills. And you can see at the bottom here it says Ever After Diamond Painting there, and Ever After Diamond Painting.com there. And at the bottom here it says Elizabeth Emma Casey, and it's got a code there, and it's 50 by 73 centimetres. This one was just an absolute joy. See, it's not that confetti as you think it would be, and there's a lot of nice colour blocking around the edge. And I've tried to move the camera a bit further away. That's as best as I can do. I've got a short lazy arm, but what I'll do is at the end I will zoom out so you can see the whole image. But there is colour blocking here, and there's not tons of changes of colours, if you know what I mean. So when I was working, got all the reds out and did the red section, the pinks here and stuff like that. So let's talk about the enhancements that come with it. I didn't have any issues with this. The quality is absolutely amazing. Always such a joy to work on Ever After Diamond Painting kits. So what we have here is we had some crystals, some dark blue crystals at 823, and you can see there's a gold one in there where I've been working. And then we have this metallic drill. We have the Forever Dust. So Forever Dust is like fairy dust. So it's a dust, it's a drill with a mica powder dust inside the drill. And then we had a pink one. Where did that go? Here it is. The pink one's really pretty. There. And then we had 2 ABs. So we did have 5 special drills. So I said 4, but I realised there is 5, so that somewhere halfway through the schematic, when it's crystals, it's normally the number is somewhere in the middle, depending on what number it is, if you know what I mean. So then we've got ABs. So when I say in the middle, I mean like it's here, the crystals there. So symbol X. Then you had these ABs as well. So, with this one, like I said, I had a lot of ideas to enhance it, and I got all my enhancements from DP with Sparklers, so I highly recommend DP with Sparklers. They've got some amazing enhancement sets, and for all sorts of kits. So they've got a couple of mine, so the Peacock from Ever After, and the Slivering in Pink. So anyway, yeah, she's come out absolutely beautiful. I really loved how seeing her come together, and seeing my vision come out straight onto here, and it's exactly how I wanted it, so I couldn't be any happier. So let's talk about where these were. So this red AB, which was a spiral symbol, and that was in here, and so a lot to talk about here. So yes, it was in there, and I can't remember if I added some to her jewel here or not, or whether it came with it. There are some orange ones in there as well, so they may have come in there. So I had changed a few things. I added some yellow ABs for the yellow tones in here, which is like an arrow, and then I put orange, yeah, brain's not working, white ABs in there. So, and then I put some crystals in here. So what I might do is zoom down a little bit, so in a minute, so you can see. So then the metallic drills were in here, so they're sprinkled about in here, and it gives it a nice sort of depth. And I decided not to enhance that. There's some things I just think were too much to enhance. I didn't want to go overboard either. So the blue one here, and I will get you up closer in a minute, it was in here, in these areas, also with the crystals. So the crystals are in there as well. The crystals are at the top corners here, and then I'm trying to see where else there was. So that was that one, and then we've got also there is some red ABs in here, in these, like, I call them like red pearls, and then nearly dropped them. So then we see this one here, this Forever Dust, this pink one, that was around in this area, so around these colours. So it gives it a nice little sparkle, a different sparkle from the normal drills there, and then the same on the other side here. So I thought I was going to run out of gold drills. When I first started, I thought I'm not going to have enough gold drills for this, but I did, so I was quite happy with that. So I'm going to show you the enhancements, all the enhancements that I use. Hopefully I remembered them all. I've gathered them all together. So the thing is, right, you can do whatever you want to do. If you don't want to enhance it, it doesn't need enhancing. It's just something in my heart I wanted to do. So these are all the ones that I added. So like I said, the ABs I added in, I think I put some in the crown up here. Move her along like that. Yeah, so the ABs were, I put some in the top of there, but I'll talk about that in a minute. Gold drills, I put some in the crown, and I put them in symbol P on here. So I didn't want to put too many gold drills all in here, because it'll wash it out and it'll be more 2D than 3D. So what I did was I put gold drills in symbol P all in her arms and her dress, and I left the arrow, which is this one here, I don't know if you can see that, and I left that as it is, so it's got that highlight, and when you walk past her, like, you know, the light captures the gold drills, it looks amazing. So yeah, and then in the sides here, just in these areas here, it was symbol, what was it? It was this symbol here. Hopefully you can see it all right. And then it was symbol Y, just in these, symbol Y and the arrow facing that way. That's all I did. So that's my vision. So it was amazing seeing that come to life as well. So in the background on the wallpaper, it's got gold glitter. So I put that in there like that, and all of those. So that's what I did with that. So I put that on the lighter one. I wish I had the paper with me. Do I have the paper with me? I thought I did. No. So yeah, I put that in. It's awkward to show you this symbol. and then which is the lighter creamier AB, and then the more golden yellow AB I put in the symbol Y. Yeah, so that's what I did with that. These are with from DP with Sparklers Magma ones, so these were in these areas. You can always use similar things, and I'll get you up close like I said so you can see them closer. So I put those in there. Now I would have loved to have big pearls, but I didn't get around to ordering them. But here's a closer look at the gold metallic drills. And then we use these pearls. Look how pretty these pearls are. So I think these were like opal pearls or something like that. And so I used those in, just dotted them about sporadically through the parts of her dress. I left these sleeves simple because I wanted them to stand out simple, like more simple. And then in the background of her dress, I put them dotted about, which you will see closer, like I said. And I put them all dotted about in her collar here, and when you get closer you see them. That's the only thing with smaller ones, you can't see them so clearly from far away. So I suggested putting pearls in here. Now there's like areas here which you see they've got a dark outline. They were with the painting, so it was easy to sort of decide where to put those, but other places I just sort of decided where I wanted to put them. All sprinkled is the pearls in there. Now I added where is it? Now these are mixed because I had trouble opening the packets, so I decided to just put them in here. So if you can see, ignore the other drills, but these silver ones, these are from DP with Sparklers, and they were so lovely. They're like diamond or something they're called. Do I still have the packet? I think it was this one here. Now I would have preferred pearls, light pink pearls or white pearls would have looked lovely in here, but these actually looked really nice in here, so I'm quite happy with those, that I put those in there. So that's that. And then these were from my previous kit, Sliver and Pink. So you know what, it's great to save all your special drills and put them somewhere, because you never know when you might want to use them. And you know, it saves you buy them sometimes. So you've got this blue one here, and I put those inside there in this area. Then there's some things that I did run out of, and so I can't show you in a bag because they were all used on here. Then I used these red ones and I just put them in here, in these areas, just going across there, just to give it depth. I'd have loved to have a big jewel here. Also I would have loved to have some pearls to go in here, so like say for example a white or creamy pearl in there on each side, and then you've got the pearl teardrop sort of area here. You could use now I think DP with Sparklers does square shaped pearls, but you have to check that they are for a square painting, because this is a square painting. And you could put them in there, just 3 of them or 4 of them inside there, and then just do the drills around it, sort of thing. So another thing to say is, when I'm enhancing a kit, when I add gold drills, I never put gold drills in the whole of the gold. Say it's a gold, like for example the crown, I don't put the whole thing in gold. You could do, you might like it, that's down to the individual, but for me I'd rather not, because I want to keep the darker drills on there and the lighter drills, so you've got that depth still. Whereas if you use the whole lot of gold drills on a crown, it will just wash it completely out and not give it any depth. So always leave the darker drills on there and the lighter drills, I'll show you in a minute. And then we've got ruby cubes. So DP with Sparklers has got loads now. I did an unboxing of Elizabeth, so you can go and have a look at that, or if I remember to link it down below, and you can see the sort of enhancement suggestions I said in that, and I will link DP with Sparklers down below as well, so you can have a look for any kit that you would like to enhance. But it's another thing to do that is really fun to, you know, explore your diamond paintings. And if you're someone who wants to enhance your diamond paintings and you're not sure, you can always ask DP with Sparklers, you know, Team R. You can ask people in that group, and anyone in the community that you know, for suggestions. You know, everybody helps everybody out, which is amazing. And you know, sometimes people request enhancement sets, which they call ES enhancement sets, you know, for things like that. So yeah, it's the ruby ones. Now you can see they're mixed in with blue ones, just ignore that. But I put the red ones all in here, and then I put gold, antique gold sliverets in the middle. I put, you know, these diamond ones that I put in here, I put one in each side here, and then I filled it with pearls, the little tiny pearls that I got on each side. And then there were some ABs in the side here, so I think I left those. It's been a while. I did add some of these in here as well, metallic golds, just in the edges here, around the edge, to sort of give it that jewellery effect. And I put some pearls, little tiny pearls in there. But yeah, so then we've got this blue one here. And do you know what's perfect? In this crown, right, it was the perfect size for those square cubes just to go in there. And then I just the darker jewels around it, so they were like a square shape, so they were perfect. Right, so let's have a closer look at the painting. So, you know, if there's any drills missing or there's fluff or anything like that, I will sort that out before I frame it. I hope to frame her in a gold frame. If I don't have a gold frame, what I'm planning on doing is either spraying a frame or putting gold tape around it. We'll just have to see. But if I do it, I will share at the end. I might share at the end if I have done it by the point I've finished filming this video. So you can see those gold drills, don't they look amazing? And it's even better in natural light. You know, obviously I've got a big light on, and I've got a light on with a flash, so yeah. So you can see it looks really nice in there. You can see those ABs in there, and there's those little pearls that I've added just in there like that. They look really nice in person. This is definitely, you know what it's like, diamond painters, they're always better in person. There's those magma crystal sort of things that I've put in there from Deeply with Sparklers, yet again with those pearls. Bigger pearls might look really good too. And then you can see the what's it called, the forever dust in there, and those ABs in there, so it makes it really pop. So then we get to here. So really happy with the skin tone, like I said. You can see those, now I had shared these on Instagram, so you might have seen this area, but there's those forever dust in there, and I really like those in there. Then you've got the crystals, so if I just get it up like that, you can see those crystals. So these darker crystals, they're sort of blend in quite well with the normal crystals, I feel. So yeah, so here we are. So you can see that just here I've added some gold drills going along there in each side of there, and a little bit there. Those were symbol P, I should imagine. It's been a while, I can't remember. And then we have down here, you can see those crystals that I added in there, and then those pearls in the middle there. So what would have been nice is sliverets in there, but I didn't. You've got slivers which are bigger and thicker, I think, and then sliverets are smaller, and they're like half a quad cube. So you can see those sliverets in there, just going all across in there, so that was quite easy to enhance. And then you've got darker crystals in there. Now, what I first did was I added all quad cubes in there, but it didn't look quite right. So I just added the little blue crystals in there, just fill in all the middle bit, and decided to keep the main bit because this is a highlight. So I kept that all in there like that, which I think it looks really good. There's like little round gold drills in there, and then that's that. So here we have the metallic drills that come with the kit. So they're in, I can't, what symbol were they in? What was it? Jar. What was it? Oh yeah, it was like an arrow face. Like it's number 10, so it's a grey one. And I'll show you. I didn't put all the stickers on it, It's hard to show you. There it is there. That one. I was trying to find where it is. Yeah, so that's that one. So that's going through there. Do you know what, pearls of this size would be amazing going through here, but you can't find that. But like, happy with the detail in her lips and everything. It's just absolutely amazing, and I'm so excited to frame her. She's going to be amazing. So you can see here, like I said, I added ABs there of all the colours that are, you know, yellow and white, because that's what it was. And then I did crystals just going through there. I was going to put quad cubes along here, but it didn't look right. So that's that. And then, look, I'm going to turn it around. Look at that. Just, the detail's just amazing. They're rendering. They hand render. Everything that Ever After has is all legally licensed artists, and it's all hand rendered. Absolutely amazing. So you can see here in her collar, I'm calling it a collar, but then you've got all that I put all dotted about is those pearls. It looks really, really pretty in person. And then those crystals. So up here, this was the real fun pack. Look at that, just amazing. So really, really, like I said, I'm happy with how it turned out, because, you know, it could be a case of it wouldn't look right, and, you know, I hate it where you have to change things and they don't look right. So let's start off with the golds. So you might hear my puppy. My other half is at home. He's on holiday. So we're having some time together, and Bailey's doing well, and he's going to be 14 weeks soon, and I can hear him playing. So here you have different tones of the crown. So like I said, I put it in a medium tone. Now I think I didn't put it in symbol P in this one, I don't think. I put it in, I wish I could remember. So the medium tones, so you don't go for the brighter tone or the darker tone, you go for the medium tones. So I wish I could tell you which ones they were, but I can't remember. But yes, that's what I did in there, and just left the highlights. So it was two different shades that I know I used. I think it was like a G or something, or the back was G and 6, I think. So anyway, here we've got the this was a bit of a tricky one to sort of decide on what I want to do here. So these are sliverettes, and these are my ultimate favourite. I love these. They shine different colours. I can't remember what they were called. What are they called? Let's see if I've got a packet left still. No, so these shape here are sliverettes. And so what I decided to do was just do it around in a sort of square shape to the shape of the thing, and making sure that they're identical on each side, and then just filling them in. I was in my head, I was thinking of trying to fill them all in, but I didn't have enough. And then I put ABs in there, but I tell you what, I absolutely love those. Really hard to get it in the camera how pretty they are. They shine purples and pinks. So that's what I did with that. And then I had some antique gold sliverettes left, so I put them along here like that, just going across there. And then these were perfect and easy to enhance because they were squares anyway, so that's what I had with that. Then in the middle here, I put the quad cubes in there like that, and then just put crystals around the edges. And then you can see here we have gold antique drills just there, and then we've got some crystals in there. I wanted to enhance this more, but I'm happy with the way it is. So there were some ABs in there, and I put a couple of gold drills in there, and then I put crystals just around the edge there, and just filled it in with whatever ABs and stuff was in there, I think. So yeah, she turned out absolutely lovely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out so you can see her from a distance. So yeah, there she is. Look at that, absolutely amazing. So happy. Excuse the hoovers in the background, but I've just put on the floor in the craft room. So I'm sorting out my craft room. So hopefully it'll be a proper craft room soon. But I'm going to go and frame her now. And if I have, then I will show that. But it's really hard to show the colours in the crystals in the crown. But believe me, it's absolutely stunning. Nice pinks and purples and shades like that. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will see you all soon in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.